Okay, it is finally official. This is the fully painted Godzilla vs. Destroyer figure, and it is coming directly from Hiya Toys. We are currently getting the news right now. Shockingly, for the first time ever, this is going to be the most expensive Godzilla figure at the moment. So the price point is for $59.99. For everybody in the United States, it's going to be $69.99 with US tariffs included. Release date is for 2026 Q4. As we know it, this is pretty much by the end of the year, early next year. So the figure is Burning Godzilla. Now the good thing about this is it features a hollow inner design with translucent material. It says, unlike previous translucent figures, a new design allows light to pass through the body, and it pretty much makes the figure reflect between layers. So from my understanding, what they're trying to say is, unlike other materials that they've used for, supercharged figures or the heat ray versions with translucent material, this one is fully translucent from the inside outwards, and it really is going to reflect the burning effect in a unique way when it is shined with LED lights or any type of light from underneath, from behind, from anywhere. It's going to give out that unique burning effect that it actually is, burning like in the movie. So I'm curious to see how this is going to all turn out in person, because the method behind it sounds really, really interesting. And I would like to do a comparison to see how different of a material this is going to impact between the original and this newly translucent, multi-layered, hollow inner, translucent material compared to the traditional that they've always done with the classic Godzilla, with the supercharged, energetic or whatever, and burning Godzilla, of course, the Monsterverse version. Now let's talk about the size. It's 18 centimeters tall. For accessories, not much, just switchable hands. We know what that means. A second version is coming with more cloud smoke effects, the atomic breath, the infamous one that everybody really wants. And I might be holding off for that specific version. Now, onto my personal thoughts. Overall, I like the colors, the way they did the burning effect, although some areas are a little bit of a disappointment for me, especially since we've seen what the newer version of Monster Arts looks like, and the one from Omega Beast and the new X Plus. They've applied a new technique, and even Spyro Studio, where the burning effect looks so realistic coming out from the suit, and it gives out a multicolor effect where you actually see the yellow, the orange, the red actually bleeding through so good without any need of any, lights or LED lights or any of that. So seeing this is a bit overwhelming. I'm in between, I don't really hate it, but I'm just saying that what we recently seen from other companies has exceeded this version in terms of the burning effect. The paint job and all that is fantastic, but I feel like it is a little bit outdated, and I feel that the patterns could have been done a little bit better. Here I'll be putting a comparison to the original suit. Now, another thing that really bugs me about this figure is the face. I was originally worried about that in the eyes, because sometimes they can either do it so good or so wrong where it looks very goofy and friendly. And unfortunately for me, this one just looks a bit inaccurate. I believe that the head and the neck section can definitely use a rework, because from certain angles when we see the figure facing from the side, it looks a little bit weird, and the face does not scream accuracy, like Burning Godzilla accuracy. It looks off. I believe they can really go back to this and readjust the facial structure, the cheeks, the top portion, the eyes, and overall really do a better job on the back side of the neck to just prevent the figure from looking awkward and inaccurate when it comes to this situation. Again, it's just my thoughts. I could be wrong. Let me know what everybody thinks in the comments down below. Is it just me, or does this Burning Godzilla look a little bit inaccurate? And as of lately, it's been happening because going back to what happened this year, the sculptor that used to work for Hiya Toys currently does not work for them anymore, and that's why we've seen a few figures as of lately be a little bit more inaccurate. We've seen it with Super Mecha Godzilla. We've seen it with the classic Godzilla, with I guess it's Kiryu versus Godzilla, and other figures that needed some reworks around the jaw and other parts, So yes, it's a bit disappointing to see this happening, but at the same time, you know, I don't know. It's either they go back and fix it and it's going to take more time, which people already dislike this because Hiya Toys has been famously known for taking years to release figures that are supposed to release early or within a time frame. They never do. So we know that their release dates are always inaccurate and anything can happen. So that's why a lot of people are sort of against, going back and fixing what's broken because they just want the figure right away. But other people are totally fine with that as long as the figure gets fixed. Most of the time, the upgrades are very much worth it. We've seen the upgraded version for Super Mecha Godzilla. We've seen it for the 2000 version and other figures. So yes, it's worth it. But when it comes to the one for Godzilla Evolve, that figure was a letdown in some areas. So some figures are worth the wait, others are not. It just depends how we look at things and how much effort they're willing to put into those figures. I would have to say, yes, it's going to be worth it, but this is again in the hands of the community. If they want to speak their voice out loud and tell Hiya Toys that the figure needs some work, it's going to happen. If not, it's not going to happen. And yeah, currently my impressions for this figure would be a 7 out of 10. There's a few things that need rework, as I've already said, and I think those things could definitely be done quick enough. It's not a rework of the whole body or multiple parts. The paint job could definitely be improved just a little bit more, and just the pattern, the eyes as well. Now, my question is, are we going to be seeing the marble-like eyes? What I mean by this is the realistic eyes, where if you look at a figure, it looks like the high-end figures where they actually apply glass eyes to the point where they look so realistic. They've done that with Kong and no other figure. So my question is, this has to be a perfect opportunity for Burning Godzilla and other figures. This has to be a future moving forward, and they said that they were going to be experimenting with that and they'll like to do more figures. So the question is, which figures are going to be selected for that? Let me know in the comments down below if I'm going a little bit too crazy, but honestly, this is such an iconic figure and movie and just suit for most people. They love what was done in this movie. So for this figure to be released like this, I think would be a big mistake, and there's currently space for big improvements. Minor but big improvements, and sometimes small details make the bigger picture in life. If they can go back, redo the face for the face to be more accurate, redo the whole neck and back area with the mouth, because the mouth looks a little bit weird. It almost looks like a combination of NECA and Hiya Toys with some marble-like figures, if that makes any sense. I'm not sure if you guys have seen those like chibi-like colorful Burning Godzillas. It looks like that. So if they can go back and redo the whole face, neck area, that would be perfect. This is an iconic figure that they have to respect and do it truthful and faithful to the movie design and others. As of right now, probably the best Burning Godzilla, at least for me, would have to be the Omega Beast with all the accessories, special editions that they've done. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts. Make sure to like the video, share it around, and subscribe to stay up with the latest Godzilla news, up to date, and other videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is RubiGamingx. I'm out. Thank you for watching.